r/AskReddit, what show had the perfect ending? Does Chernobyl count despite only being a mini-series? Blackadder goes forth. Over the garden wall, the ending was perfect because word comes to the realization, along with Beatrice, that what they both did was wrong, and they actively work to fix their mistakes, and it ends in a climatic fight where Wirt doesn't physically fight the beast, instead rejecting the beast and finding his own path, and that path led him and his brother home. 6 Feet Under. Ed, and Eddie. Futurama, so good it had 3 perfect endings. Gravity Falls, first show to ever make me cry. Fleabag. The Good Place, pretty sure I cried. The Sopran. Black Sails. MAS*H. Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. BoJack Horseman. All the characters got conclusions that they had earned and felt deserved and natural. Some were happy and some were bittersweet, but the show was fair to all of them. Oh, and Futurama, all 4 series finales LOL. Cowboy Bebop. Travelers, had such an unexpected ending. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. Breaking Bad, loved the use of El Paso by Marty Robbins in the finale. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Deep Space Nine had a really good one, especially if you followed the characters since season 1 and saw how they all grew and changed over the 7 seasons. Newhart. Assassination Classroom. Good Omens. Malcolm in the Middle, the amount of planning and work Lois did to get Malcolm to the finish line is astounding. We need more moms like her. Justified. Sharp Objects. Justice League Unlimited. Psych. Samurai Champloo. Mad Men, it's really subtle but really nicely wraps up Don's development as a character and even how American culture changed with the times. Super satisfying. Backdoor Sluts Vol. 3. Schitt's Creek. Mr. Robot. Parks and Recreation. Dark. Breaking Bad, Walter chose his own death after he checked everything on his to-do list, giving his family the money, setting Jesse free from the neo-Nazis and killing them, his last enemies. No one could kill Heisenberg except for Heisenberg. He dies in a meth lab, the place where he felt most alive, and the song, Baby Blue, is a perfect choice. Absolutely stunning show. Scrubs. Season 1 of Russian Doll. The Americans. Community. You had Jeff finally realize that he'll never leave Greendale, because he is needed there and tolerates being there. The send off with Annie and Abed. That second hug he gives Abed like a thank you for everything. The drop dead Fred kiss goodbye with Annie, and the ending scene in the bar where Britta works. Everybody cheers and says this is the storyline for season 7. It makes you laugh, then cry, then laugh again. The ending scene of the family playing the community board game and realizing they only exist in the commercial. And the disclaimer that Dan Harmon gives. Black Sails, most underrated show I've ever seen. Def worth a watch. Death Note. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. The Sopranos, I especially love how they burn notice. Michael and Fiona faking their deaths to escape to a secluded cabin to start a new life after 7 whole intense seasons was the cherry on the sundae. No one said Steins Gate, damn. 6 Feet Under and Breaking Bad never stopped topping themselves and made the best finales ever. Breaking Bad, I hated that people wanted Walter to be alive in El Camino. That was the perfect ending. Haunting of Hill House. House. Parasite, the anime. I think Superstore was really good for the type of vibe the show always had. Newhart, comedian Bob Newhart had a popular 70s sitcom, The Bob Newhart Show, in which he played a psychiatrist living in a big city, with a beautiful brunette, out of his league, wife played by Suzanne Pleshette. He was the straight man reacting to the eccentric people around him. Show ended, years went by, he then popped up with a new popular sitcom in the 80s called Newhart, where he played an author who retires from New York City to rural Vermont with a beautiful out of his league blonde wife, played by Mary Fran. She happened to wear a lot of tight fuzzy sweaters. They purchase an historic inn, and Bob again plays the straight man to all the eccentric employees and guests. The show was well received and went on for several years. The last scene of the Newhart finale was Bob Newhart waking up from a crazy dream and shaking his wife awake to tell her about it. Wife turns over, turns on the light and it's Suzanne Pleshette, and they are on the old Bob Newhart set, or facsimile. He tells Suzanne about his crazy dream, and ends with a request she should wear tight sweaters. Our 80s minds were blown. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Violet Evergarden, The Clone Wars, The Leftovers. I really like Star Wars Rebels. Adventure Time. Cheers. The Wire. Diamond is Unbreakable. Fringe. Monk was perfect in setting up one last mystery for him to solve to tie the show up completely, make you feel like you've been shortchanged and then give you the ending you were missing immediately. Gurren Lagann aka the Samurai Jack, a better Icarus story than most. Instead of seeking power or happiness, Simon chooses to live in content with his life after everything that's happened, and I just appreciate the inner peace it feels he's found by the end of the series. Sure, it's not everyone's favorite, but I really thought it was special. The Good Place, Parks and Recreation 2 Smiling Face. Regular show. The classic series of Doctor Who, a perfect speech at the end of Survival. There are worlds out there where the sky is burning, where the sea's asleep, and the rivers dream, people made of smoke, and cities made of song. Somewhere there's danger, somewhere there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace, we've got work to do. Fleabag. I'm Canadian and I don't know a lot of people who have watched it. Maybe it was more popular in the UK, but it is seriously one of the best pieces of TV I've ever seen and I try to recommend it to everyone. There are only 2 seasons with 8 episodes each and each episode is around 25 minutes, so it's fairly short compared to other shows. However, the writing is so tight that you feel like so much happens, and the growth that the characters go through is gripping to watch. The last 5 minutes of the last episode will rip your heart out but also leave you with a beautiful sense of hope. The Shield, so tragic, and not in the way you're expecting. Perfectly fitting. For me that show is as close to Pitch Perfect as anyone's come. Peaky Blinders is close, as long as they don't fuck up the final season. Gravity Falls, wrapped everything up but left room for another season edit, changed wording. Quantum Leap, the first time I watched it, I hated the ending because I wanted a happier one, but then it grew on me. The Good Place. Seinfeld, they got what they deserved. Futurama. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Game of Thrones, I just wish they made more than 6 seasons. Generation Kill. Cowboy Bebop, very poignant. Naruto as well. While the last arc wasn't perfect, that final battle and the way they wrapped everything up was great. To grow up with a character over 720 episodes and 20-ish years and see him finally achieve his dreams is something special indeed. Twin Peaks, no real resolution, just darkness and more questions. Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Hannibal, the TV show. MASH, that last shot was iconic. The Office, they bring Michael back for a hot second and it was pretty damn perfect. Edit, thanks for the award. Sopranos. 11.22.63. Cheers, the main character's first action and last action to show were the same, adjusting a picture. The Good Place, ugly cried on a plane for the last 20 minutes, it never overstayed its welcome and figured out the best possible ending. Futurama. Stargate Universe, it's a heartbreaking ending that was born from a premature cancellation, but the fact that we just don't know where the characters ended up makes it really powerful. I quite liked the ending of the originals. The character development for Klaus I thought was amazing throughout the series right up to the final moment. Babylon 5. M.A.S.H. Broadchurch, both David Tennant and Olivia Colman had great chemistry and you just wanted them to sit down and have a heart-to-heart, and that's what they did. Leverage. Mr. Robot. Newhart, the last 10 minutes were amazing. House M.D. Shira. I liked The Office, besides Andy. 6 Feet Under. Schitt's Creek. David, the Gnome, edit, link added. Shira. It may be a children's show but goddamn I cried so much in the last episode. Complex characters, Great storyline and incredibly diverse. Homeland, Banshee, and House. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. Steins Gate. That ending will stay with me for decades. Of course there are a lot of endings better than Steins Gate, but come on, the way everything just suddenly makes sense. Highly recommend. I was happy with the ending of Battlestar Galactica. Avatar, The Last Airbender. I also really enjoyed the ending of Legend of Korra. That being said, The Good Place had a perfect end. They told the story they wanted to tell and finished it off. No extra seasons, no dragging it out just to get more, just this is gonna be the last season. We are happy with the story we've had and feel like it's the right time to end it. End of the effing world. Agents of S. H. I. E. L. D. Psych. The Mentalist. Bones. Warehouse 13. Hawaii 5. -0. WandaVision. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Full Metal Alchemist. Brotherhood. Eureka. Haven. Naruto Shippuden. Ben 10. Gravity Falls. Avatar The Last Airbender. May or may not update this when I finish Stargate SG. -1. The Good Place. My wife always says this. Sex and the City had the perfect ending. You have to exclude the movies. I can't stress enough. My wife, not me. 6 Feet Under. St. Elsewhere. For all the last couple of seasons being not great, the last episode of ER has Dr. Green's daughter being on the verge of acceptance into the County General Med School, and Carter calls her Dr. Green. Death Note. You've made it through the whole video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing for more videos every day. I upload 2 videos every single day.